Hello everybody, Glitch Ripper here, aka the original card game for the win, and it's going to be a bit of a special pack opening run, and as you kind of know, I've been kind of moving more towards doing more pack opening runs than other things, because until I can get the net code under control, or the sun calms down, whichever one comes first, I'm just not sure I can really rely on the connection for a lot of times when I'm going up against an actual opponent. So, yeah, in terms of recording, anyhow. In terms of me doing things, yeah, I can persist and, like, inactivate, reactivate, and all that jazz to reconnect, but it just wouldn't be easy for me to deal with all the tremendous editing I'd have to do to keep up with that. So, until further notice, I'm gonna probably lean towards showing off decks and doing pack openings and stuff like that. But and maybe even kind of just looking over sets and things. But just the actual online stuff may have to, in terms of well, it's all online, but you know what I mean. Like anything that where our connection interrupting would be a very bad thing. But for now, it's kind of an interesting event we've got here. The thing is, we've had Modern Horizons 3 out at the same time as Outlaws of Thunder Junction, so, and they've been kind of concurrent with how they've been doing things, although in a different way for Modern Horizons 3. So, I've been doing some Modern Horizons 3 stuff already, but, of course, this is the whole opening them at the end thing. Now, I still have some time on doing Modern Horizons 3 in terms of, like, going through the, like, the special thing in the store for it, but it's I just wanted to kind of do a special double pack opening set here. They're just the full-on, like, 10 at a time for both of them, and, of course, the golden packs that went with both of them as well, so just a doubled up set here. So I'm going to start with I'm going to start with Thunder Junction, yeah. So giddy up, cards, giddy up. There you go. It's got like the Western theme music they got going here, because I think they did it pretty well. Wow. Trying to look for how many... Yeah, again, sometimes it takes you a while to get... because of all the commons and uncommons, sometimes it can take a while to get all of them. So that one finally showed up. Okay. Because it does with the packs, so you'll see the wild cards are in kind of weird spots, which is kind of funny. First in both because how it does it. Okay. This town ain't big enough. Of course it ain't. Okay. That's admittedly a very interesting reprint, I gotta admit. Couple things from breaking news, of course, to go along with that. Nice. There's actually 3 different versions of Tyrant Scorn now. I'm just saying, like 3 major versions of Tyrant Scorn. It's been reprinted in... It's been across at least 3 different sets. So it's had 3 very different artistic takes on the exact same card. So, interesting how that works out. But yeah, that's one thing about these extra bonus sheets here, is we've got breaking news and maybe the big score a little bit. We'll see if there's some of that there. Rustler Rampage. I do believe the steers are incoming. This says release the cows. It's like, is it really as good as release the dogs? Like, I meant the cows are bigger. Okay, now we're getting to all the rares and mythic rares out of this group of 10. You gotta admit, that's a very interesting, it's a very interesting equipment that I may have to figure out. There's some cool stuff to do with at some point. I've had it for a while, but I am just pondering here, because that could get kind of wild the way it works. Because you hit with it, then you look at some cards from top of your library, and you might be able to free cast one of them. So, interesting. I do think it's interesting their take on Paul Bunyan and Blue. So it's like, yeah, Bonnie, Paul, and Bo. Yep. That is basically Paul Bunyan. Funniest thing here is she really should have just said, I seem to be having issues with my hat. Because it's like her hat's just flying up. It's like, hey, anybody seen my hat? Finally got Pariah. Although Shield of the Pariah would also be very nice. That would be very cool. But Pariah is the aura. I could do some crazy stuff with this. I mean, this just is ridiculous, because it doesn't have to be one creature you control. It could be some one that someone else controls. So, yeah, this just gets absolutely crazy. And of course, putting those on indestructible, indestructible creature. Oh, that would. That's always hilarious. I've done things like that with Shield of the Pariah, so now I finally get to play with Pariah as the enchantment. So that's gonna be fun. Let's just say there's a friend that I played once in real life, and going back to that thought, I had Cauldra assembled, and I put Shield of the Pariah on him, so yeah, practically immortal at the time. That is just a wild one. Big score. Says I have a farmer here. Roller Brawler. The muscle came in. One note about the big score: if you go for mythic packs whenever you're buying packs out of the store, does increase your chance of getting something from the big score. I've gotten a few that way. So I'm saying that is a strategy to use. Just you want to get more from the big score, go for mythic packs. That said, these won't count as mythic packs. The ones that you just get that way don't count the same. Did it really do the thing? I think I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button. That's still kind of a new thing. For me, anyhow. Okay. I think I have all the deserts now. At least I'm pretty sure. You just gotta love the name Hypothesisal. I mean, seriously. It's just like one of the funniest names for a spell ever that it just makes me laugh. Fling. Classic spell. Reprints have always been welcome, and it's nice to find it here. So if you wish to fling a creature, yep, that'll do. Annie really did just want to do one last job. Still not sure if she's quite got there yet. Rare wild card. Bedevil. Really, you say? Classic Recto style. Going down that way. This one has some implications. Just saying that if done right, you can get a 100% damage combo with that. And I've already done it a few times. Great, nice. That is a very nasty Bronco. Okay. And of course the omen paths are open, so of course. There's Annie herself. Hello, Vraska. Whee! Fly cards, fly! You gotta admit that is just plain fun. Funny thought about these ankle biters. Cheap death touch for Finn. Just saying. Or just cheap death touch. Just kind of personally, I don't know. Should I really just go with the ankle biter or with Moss Viper? Because Moss Viper just sounds better. I just like saying Moss Viper. It's just like rock lobster. So it's just a thing. Maybe that's just my opinion. I mean, they're literally exactly the same thing. A death touch snake for 1 green. Ouch. Okay. Yeah, yeah, ow. Just ow. Hello, Free Strider. How you doing? This guy reminds me of an old Western movie that I've seen once or twice. Trying to remember the name of it, but the main guy was in fact a vampire cowboy. So, oddly enough, that this idea did not start with Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Just saying. That's a big critter. Imps. You know, I gotta wonder with the upcoming set, did this guy arrive from Bloomburrow? I'm just saying. Is he literally jumped ahead? Is this what this rabbit has done? Because I'm kind of wondering here. Oh, and of course, do not upset the tumble wags. Or brush wags. I've gotten more cards of this one than one would expect. It's like kind of hilarious. I keep winding up getting that as a mythic slot from there. It's like, seriously? Now that one's always interesting. Always interesting to see a Hydra. Hello, Giza. Ooh. Flat mythic rare wild card. Okay. We could do some stuff with that. Meanwhile, let's ride. I almost timed it with the end there. That was sweet. Oh gosh. Classic Western theme for a moment. It just lined up perfectly. Yeah, that's rather that's a thing. That hat's got some serious frequent flyer miles. Also a slight resemblance to Thunder Junction, but I guess this one could also come from Strixhaven, because Owlin? It's really funny that I think I actually got this one here first. That had an echo to it. All remaining, all aboard. And next arrival at Thunder Junction. Into the line for Thunder Junction, because next stop is Modern Horizons 3. That is kind of a wacky one. I gotta admit, the ultimatums are pretty big cyclist spells, but admittedly, it also takes some serious mana to unleash them. So if you can pull off an ultimatum, congrats. This one is definitely a big burst. So yeah, just do everything. Admittedly, it's always interesting seeing some of the cards that are based on previous world champions. This is certainly an interesting story within itself. The weary travelers trade stories of the Ever Saloon, extraplanar respite. It appears the moment it is most needed. It's like you just show up, and instead of a regular Omen path, it just goes to this nice saloon in the middle of nowhere that helps you hold over. It's just like, okay, that's an interesting way that things wound up at Thunder Junction. Okay, that was all them, so let's pop over here. This is gonna have a massive load. Because although I have been doing some serious Modern Horizons 3 drafting, that doesn't mean I've been obtaining everything, so yeah. And again, sometimes it's weird when you're looking for some of the commons and uncommons, because sometimes it's easier to find the rares and mythic rares you're after. So, okay. Though in open lot at once, it'll say first multiple times, which is kind of hilariously wrong. Because that's not how that works. There was some interesting speculation on this card when people first saw it. They're going, Solar Transformer. Interesting. Suppose it makes energy. Well, kind of. Yeah, it works with energy, alright. The Amped Raptor. Yeah, that's a good play on words for the power there. Great wildcard. Reclamation. Noise. Stormdrake. Okay. This one is interesting because of that version of Hexproof. Activated from Hexproof from activated and triggered abilities. It's like, so not technically against spells, but yeah. That archway, I really like that one. Already got it, but still, just saying that potential there with the whole improvised thing is kind of hilarious. One of the most interesting reprints is just whatever creature type you want is now 2 generic less to play across the board. So that is kind of hilariously good. And what's really wild is it took a while to get that reprint. So it's like, Also took me a while for me to get that one.
Famine nips at our heels.
I like this art of it better than a lot of the alternates, actually. The him at the table, and he just really reminds me of Maximilian Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh! In this stance for some reason. I mean, normally not so much, but somehow this just really reminds me of Pegasus. I don't know exactly if there's any other way to say it.
I will prove my worth to my pride.
Okay, Planeswalker Day. Hello, Ashling. Technically, I already have that, but it's very interesting the way they have it here specifically. So, okay, that's nice. Mythic Wild, sweet. That's weird. I don't think I've done that many at once without getting a mythic, so That's a little concerning. I do like that they brought back the living weapons. That's definitely something cool. And funny thought, it didn't used to be the case that most gargoyles were artifact creatures, but it's just the way it seems to be these days. Just saying. Okay. Poof. You know, they've had several different versions of these worm coils, so yeah, you had to admit it was interesting that they put one here, because it kind of was around that time. One of the flares that I needed. Well, Rasheen is the roaring prophet, so that's appropriate. Hi, Six. I finally got to see you this way. I totally forgot that this is where one of the Nantuko was. Nantuko. Sorry, Nantuko. I totally forgot this is where one of the Nantuko was. Been kind of following that group of insectoid monks for a while, so interesting that it came up in Modern Horizons 3. Medallion. The vault. Just saying, this cycle of lands has been very interesting. And the flare is that could go wild. That's more like it. Okay, now we can start moving. I'm seeing a few Eldrazi along the way. Just saying, they kind of had to limit this one a bit because of it being nearly as strong as Nettlecyst, while just being a common. So they're like, maybe a bit much. But hey, that's only in some situations that they're limiting it. Otherwise, it's like, we're good. Around here, it's like, we're fine. IRL, there's a few things they decided to be careful over on that one, so it's like, okay. Even then, it's not as good as Nettlecyst, or as expensive to put out, so it's like, I guess they just thought a little too far above curve. This is an interesting one. Yeah. Like, she comes into the battlefield and is like, let's just get rid of that artifact enchantment. So, yeah, basically a disenchant on a creature. Or a land. I just like the name of this one, Stomp. It's getting trampled by a tree folk that's very, very mad. Yeah, this one can get wild. Another medallion. Keith. I finally got Shulgengar. Okay. Hi. Nice to see the guy who is technically responsible for vampires on Innistrad. Fun fact, he's the guy. 2 ruby medallions and a party thrasher. Okay. Very red theme in the rares. I really need to reorganize my gate deck at some point with that one in mind. Yep, yeah. Vault again. Skies explode. Hello, Elder Giant. I see you have returned from the underworld.
This is an interesting story.
Tamio. It's good to see you. And this is why I've been cautious of connection issues. At least I hadn't completely went out this round. It took that many to finally get that watchdog. You see, there's my point about sometimes it's harder to get the common or uncommon that you're after rather than a rare or mythic rare. Although I do have plenty of wild cards, I prefer to do that after I've done this round of things. Funny thought on the commons. First common legend ever. And here we are with this goblin wizard, goblin wizard that likes to burn things. So, yeah. This is... Yeah, that's Eldrazi for you. It's just saying. Surfing lava just... Yeah, this isn't Minecraft with a Strider, I'm just saying. That one's literally the sleeve for this. And yet we still don't know why this one doesn't get banned, despite the fact that Fields of the Dead is. Yeah, just saying. Literally next to each other. Just saying. Kudos to Kudo. Mythic Wild. Last 10 for here. Just saying, between this and Bloomburrow, I may finally be able to do my Gone Fishing deck idea. So, and this also expresses another old expression. There's always a bigger fish. Hello? The advisors are here. That was, in fact, the name of another set. Ether Revolt. Just saying. Captain, there be whales here. And that guy. I don't know, for me this is just such a meh version of a mythic rare. Is it just me, or is that just my thought on it? See, now that's a mythic rare. And that is a very interesting what it does and how it works mythic rare. And now let's do the golden packs. What would really happen if I hit reveal all, because they're all golden or orangishly shiny? Okay, that's what that button does. Really? Took me this long to get that version of Kellen? Okay. To be fair, technically I already had the earlier version of Resplendent Angel, but it's nice to get it this way. In terms of the second copy, is in a reprint from Ixalan, so nice. And the Archangel of Tides, so a pair of angels showed up right next to each other. Sweet! Ah, big scorecard. Yes, you can apparently get big scorecards in golden packs, so that's another way to aim for them. Vault-born Tyrant. So, big dinosaur. It does some stuff, so... Okay. Here we go. Now, it's a quick little thing to do. It'll take a while for it to resolve all the firsts that's going to be showing up. Because I'm curious how far along I came on that. What do I got left on? Wow! I legit have 4 cards left. One little uncommon evaded that whole thing. Oh my gosh. Okay. I have 20 rare cards and plenty of other things. So I can just finish off the set in one shot. In terms of having it at least initially collected. So this is kind of one of the reasons why I do that. Interesting that this is where Marchesa decides to show up. Do they even realize who she really is? I'm just saying she's literally like a monarch elsewhere, and she shows up here just hanging out as like, is just a rogue. She's like, I'm just, don't mind me. Don't try bringing attention to the suspicious lady with a hat and a particularly fancy dagger. Got that poofed real quick. What do I got left on the big score? Because I do have a decent number of mythic rares. A page and 4. I may work on that over time. Alchemy? Not as heavy, so I might knock it down a bit. Because again, I have a ton of rares I could throw out. The thing about doing alchemy is it's kind of exclusive to Arena, so yeah. Maybe. How much do I got on breaking news? Not too much. I mean, I am burning through my rares, but I'll get more at some point. And then things will get interesting again. But I did take out quite a bit of them, so that's pretty good there. Right now, I actually think I have more, if not the same left on breaking news as I do on the big score left to collect. So okay, that brought it down fast, but still. You know, doing Modern Horizons 3, I've still got a ways to go. But again, let's see here. Not too heavy, not too heavy. So I've still got at least some things I'm doing on Modern Horizons 3, so maybe, just maybe, I might wind up getting a bit of this during that time. So, I did, however, make a lot of progress, and it certainly took a lot out, so you could see that I certainly don't have too much left to go. There are maybe a few particular ones that I might be aiming for regardless, though. After all, I'm still curious about something about Grist. After all, a lot of people are still wondering the same thing. Which plane did she come from? Bloomburrow, Duskborn, and Ikoria seem the three most likely to be, but we'll see about that. After all, they've got to say which plane she came from at some point. Okay, so as I made a lot of progress. I'd say I'm pretty good for right now. Okay, so since I've gotten myself quite a pack party I've ran through this time and made a lot of progress, I also wiped out some whole sets. So okay, that was a fun run. Okay, so then this has been Glitch Reaper, also known as the original card game for the win. I'll be logging off. Hope to hear from you all later. Bye for now, everybody, and remember, MTG forever.